Hi everyone, welcome. Trish here. Thank you so much for coming in to hang out with me for a little while. I am joining you today as part of a collab. Nathalie the Beauty Diva, has asked me to join her and Jennifer. Jennifer, I'm sure that some of you remember her. She did take a little bit of time off. She had some personal business things, her own business that she was working in very deeply, very hard. And if you do remember Jennifer, you know that she gives it her all. She's a very hardworking lady. She puts a lot into what she does. She's very passionate, as is, as you do know, my friend Nathalie. Nathalie the Beauty Diva is one of the most hardworking ladies I know, whether it's in front of the camera or what she does as her livelihood. She is a very dedicated lady and a very dedicated friend. Nathalie is just an amazing person. She is a wealth of information. You all that know her know this. But she did invite me to join Jennifer and herself, and I said absolutely, I would love to. I need to get back into the swing of things. And so here I am. Other than a get ready with me, I have not filmed in quite a while. One of my new promises to myself for the new year is to be kinder to myself. And I said, you know what, that's okay. They love you, support you. They know you have a lot going on in life, and I thank you for that. So let's get into the video. We are going to be discussing the Best of Beauty 2019. This wasn't easy for me. Y'all know that. But if you're interested in my top favorites for the whole year, then please keep watching. I have a lot of products. I'm going to talk quickly about them. There have been some things that have been replaced as a favorite this year. There have been some things that have been bumped. If there's any honorable mentions, I will explain that as I go along. But I'm going to go a little bit fast because I do have several things and I don't want it to be 40 minutes long. So let's start first with primer. Y'all know I don't like to jump on an expensive train just because everybody else is liking it. So I was late to the game with this because I had heard so many people talk about it and I was like, I don't think so. I was in Sephora and they had the small size of this primer. It is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I love this so much. This is what I've been using more than anything. I opened the drawer to my primers and this is what I've been reaching for. This is what I've been using over and over and over. I absolutely love this. I can honestly say I could get rid of every other primer, and I am doing declutter, so that could happen. I could get rid of every other primer and just have this Tatcha primer, and I would be absolutely okay with it. Honorable mention, I have been using and putting this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer to the test. This is the first one, the original one that they had. They do have a luminous out now, and they also have a matte one out now. I would like to try the matte one, but this has to be an honorable mention because I think it does a lovely job. I don't get as much as I do out of the Tatcha, but I get very close. I get the smoothness, but I don't get as much blurring in my pores. I have very large pores. So this has to be an honorable mention. But the Tatcha, even if you just get the small one and just keep repurchasing that, I've had this for at least 5 to 6 months. This will last me a year. So I would rather do the small one anyway, and that way you're keeping a fresh one going. Because you know, you dip in and dip in, you know. Before I go into my foundation, I do want to give a little bit of an update on what my skin type is. I used to be severely oily. I mean, grease slick, tire lube, oily, horrible. Then I went to combination, oily, real oily in my T-zone. I've now transitioned to more of a normal. I get a little bit of a shine right in here and sometimes on my nose. I can wear just about any foundation. There's days that if my skin feels a little drier, I'm going to not wear such a matte foundation, or I'm going to put extra moisture under my skin if I'm going to have a long day and don't want to have to worry about my foundation. But all of these foundations are different. It's like a big range. I listen to my skin, which I suggest that everybody learns to do that. Listen to your skin. Just because some of these work for me definitely does not mean they're going to work for everyone. We all have different wants, needs, etc. I tried several new foundations this year. There's several foundations I enjoy, but I fell hard for these. This is from Pretty Vulgar. This is their Cool Lava Water Foundation. This is just gorgeous. Gorgeous on my skin. It wears all day. All of these are long wearing. That is a definite. I have very long days. It takes me at least 40 minutes one way to get to where I work, and then I have, you know, the full day. So I don't want to be worrying about my foundation at all. I feel like it takes a couple years off of me. Maybe I'm lying to myself. Maybe it's the mirror I use. I don't know, but this is gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it. As far as I'm concerned, I will always have one of these in my collection. The other foundation that I absolutely fell in love with, the YSL All Hours Foundation, another one that I totally fell in love with. This is gorgeous. If you use a nice moisturizer under this, I think just about anybody could wear this. It is so pretty. It doesn't settle into my lines. It doesn't enhance my pores. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. I know I was late to the game with that one too, but you know, at least I showed up, right? The Too Faced Stay Naked foundation, at first, I did not care for this. I felt like it just wasn't working. I was doing something right. There's a little bit of a learning curve to this. There really is. And if you can tell, I've used down to right about here. I do enjoy this. I did buy another one that I could wear now without a self-tan. This obviously is not a match for me right now. But this is beautiful. Once I got that learning curve down on it, it was hard for me to put it down. It just looked so good. All three of those stay fresh looking. All of them do, actually. They just stay fresh looking. I don't get cake face. I mean, if I went in really ham, I guess I would. I use a lot of powder to set my foundation. If you would like me to show you how I do a lot of powder to make sure my foundation stays on, but yet I don't have cake face, then let me know down below and I will do that. But any foundation that you're thinking about trying that is higher end, don't hesitate to go into whatever your store is and ask for a sample. This one I definitely would, just because of that kind of learning curve. But once again, absolutely gorgeous and absolutely worth the time in learning. After that, it just flies on. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. This is their matte foundation. Y'all, this is beautiful too. It just is. Even if my skin's a little dry, not feeling the most hydrated, if I use a little extra moisturizer or even a hydrating primer, this just looks beautiful all day and fresh. This does have a pretty strong peach fragrance when you put it on. If you don't like fragrance, then I would skip this one. This is the only one that I have from the drugstore. Like I said, I have several that I enjoy, but this one I love. I love the way it goes on. I love the way it looks on my skin. It feels as though I absolutely have no foundation on. I feel like my face is just nice and hydrated, and it just feels good. And that is the Makeup Revolution. This is their Conceal and Hydrate. They do have the Conceal and Define. I prefer the Conceal and Hydrate. If it is summertime and it's really humid, which it was a lot last year, I will use the Conceal and Define in my T-zone area, especially right through here, and then I'll put the Conceal and Hydrate everywhere else, and it's just flawless and beautiful, and I love it. This one, unlike the Conceal and Define, has a pump. The Conceal and Define has the big doe foot applicator. The last foundation I want to talk with you about today is one that this is the third bottle that I have purchased. This is either loved or hated. I've never heard anyone have kind of a mixed opinion about it. They either love it, or they hate it. I love it. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I did just recently repurchase this, about a month and a half ago. I was wondering with my skin change if I would still love it as much as I do, and I do. I will be 56 this year. I got my daughter on this. She is 30 and she loves it. So this is one of those foundations that could work for so many different ages, so many different skin types, look beautiful, stay on your face all day, and it's just a really nice, really reliable foundation. And I forgot to get the pump. That is coming. The next application in my process is concealer, but for the past almost full year, I have done one step before that, and I have done this faithfully with this product. It is my tried and true. This is my second tube of this. This is the Catrice Under Eye Primer. And you can see that it is just about gone. This does magic. I'm not kidding you. I've used so many different under eye primers. There's a little bit of a shine there. You just blend that in, and even though there's a little bit of a sheen, it does dry down nicely. I like to set this under my eye for just maybe a minute or two before I go in with my concealer. This is amazing, and it is Catrice, which is a very, very reasonably priced line, so I love it. And this is, I have two backups. Second one, love it.
Love it. I love it. I want some more of it. Okay.
Concealers are one of my weaknesses. When I see a new concealer, I'm like, I gotta try that. Looking for the perfect concealer. I do have a lot of crepiness under my eyes. I do have a lot of lines under my eyes. It is what it is. I can just do what I can do. One combo that I started using and was crazy about was also from Makeup Revolution. This is the Conceal and Define and the Conceal and Hydrate concealers. I have used the Conceal and Define. It is compared a lot to the Tarte Shape Tape. Yes and no. I feel like it's a little bit more flattering than the Tarte Shape Tape. I've used it on a couple people and on myself, and I feel that this one is a little more flattering, but on a scale, it doesn't have the same scale of coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape, but close, really, really close. And I do enjoy the Conceal and Hydrate a lot. So one day I was just like, I'm going to mix both of these, see what happens. I was in love. Beautiful. It lasted all day. These don't oxidize on me. Just very flattering. But I still did need to set it. Nevertheless, even set, these were very, very pretty. I enjoyed these a lot. I also did a combination this year using these. This is the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, and the NYX HD Concealer. These are both nice concealers. The NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, I really would not use that under my eyes alone. It's just a little too much, just a little too much. But together, absolutely beautiful. I got something a couple months ago, and I debated putting it in here. But I will tell you the truth, it blew everything else out of the water. Every other concealer that I've enjoyed, every other concealer that I have liked, this is what I've been using. I have compared it side by side with a couple to see coverage wise. It's what I'm wearing today. This is the Makeup Forever HD. This is their self-setting concealer. I cannot express to you how much I love this. Now I do use a color corrector with this. I have no problem with the result that I have. This is a good medium coverage. This absolutely blew everything else out of the park. I'm still going to try concealers, but I'm telling you, I've used this every day other than maybe a handful when I was trying a new concealer. This is just phenomenal. One more concealer that I do want to talk with you about, and this is going to be super quick. This is the NARS concealer, the matte that's in the little jars you can see. I don't use this on my face anywhere. What I do is I've been using a different brow technique, and I like the way a concealer can clean it up when I'm trying to do my brows a little more natural. So I have been using this guy for that, and I just love it. It blends in effortlessly. Once it is set, it is set. It does not stray. It doesn't do anything weird. I used it again today. I've been using this all the time. I love it. And for the corrector of the year, the award goes to Belif. The one that you can get at the Dollar General store. This is the light medium. Y'all, I'm telling you. I have used the Becca. I have used NYX, Giorgio Armani. I have used so many color correctors and tried them out. This by far is the best consistency. The Becca one to me is a little on the greasy side, and I feel like it'll shift kind of easy. This is creamy, but it stays put. I love it. I use this every single day, and I need to get it back up because it's almost gone. Let's talk about brows. Everybody has an opinion about brows. You either like them a certain way or you don't like them a certain way. I like my brows to have some definition, and I know what makes me feel good. I have wanted to get my brows to a point where I could just use a brush on and be done. And it has been a long road. I had very sparse tails on my brows, and that made it kind of difficult to do that. So it's been a while coming, but I think they're almost to the place. They're still a little sparse. But this new product that came out, and I have to talk about it first. I have nothing in my brows but this. And between the formula and the applicator, it's just the exact thing that I needed. It's easy to work with, and I think it looks nice. And that is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. I almost didn't get this because I was a little bit mad. Honorable mention. I loved their Brow Precise. Loved it. There's fibers in here. This is probably my 4th or 5th one, and they quit making it. And I was pouting. I was mad. I got this, and let me show you the applicator. I'm hoping that my camera's going to zoom in and let you see. You have the one side right here that the brush is a little bit longer. It's nice and firm, a little more combing action. And then this underside, it is a little bit shorter, but there's still some combability in there. This goes on so nicely. It stays on. When it sets, it's set. It's not that it's real stiff, but there is, I mean, it's a mascara. It's going to hold the gel on there. This lasts. This is all I have on my brows. It's so much quicker. It's so much easier. I think it's because I had such a shaped brow before. If I don't use the NARS to frame it, I'm a little iffy about it. But once I frame it with the NARS, I enjoy it a lot. But this is a really nice product. If you're looking for something for your brows, I would definitely recommend this. This is in medium brown, and I love it. Now, the other brow product that I just loved, and it was recommendation from Carol from the Old Carol Show. Anyone that I talk about, I will definitely link down below. And that is the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Pomade. Oh my goodness. This, it's messy. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even show that. I love it. It is so good. I like it better than the Anastasia. This one is in soft brown. So I can kind of go either way because I have a lot of different colors in my hair. I have to mention this. I don't use any brow pomade, any powder or anything without this brush. This brush is the best brow brush I've ever used, and I've used hundreds, not really, a couple. This is from Makeup Forever. And I'm telling you, this angled brush, it is very coarse. You cannot use this as an eyeliner brush. Can't double this brush. It has a nice spoolie, but this brushes your brow as it applies, and it is just perfection. So many people sleep on this brush. It is so good. I bought another one, so I would always have one. We're going to talk about eyeliners pretty quickly. I have very sensitive eyes, so to get an eyeliner that stays put, that does not transfer down to my waterline, and doesn't irritate my contacts, it's hard. I found one, and I have it in all the colors, and it's the only one I will put on my tight line. That is the Milani Stay Put 16-Hour Wear Eyeliner. It has a little smudge tip over here, and this is what you're looking at. It does have a sharpener on the end, but I've never had to use the sharpener. I just roll it up a little bit and just put it right in there. It does not transfer at all to my lower waterline. I just love it. It's the best. For my lid eyeliner, the Physicians Formula, I used the regular one for years. I think it has been, I think it's been my favorite of the year, every year. This year, it's been bumped. This is the waterproof from Physicians Formula. I like the regular. I'm not knocking it, but the waterproof is where it's at. I feel like the waterproof is a little more pigmented. It has the same super fine brush applicator. It just works. It's easy to get a small wing if that's what you choose to do, or just to put a small line, a big line, whatever you want to do. It's your face. You go for it. But this is an amazing eyeliner. I do have an honorable mention in this category also. The Maybelline Hyper Easy Brush Tip Eyeliner. This is relatively new out. This tip is super fine, but there's a difference in this and the Physicians Formula. It says it's a flex tip. There is no skipping at all, but yet it doesn't bleed. It is very pigmented. I think it's a little more pigmented than the Physicians Formula. And the Physician Formula waterproof is more pigmented than the regular Physician Formula. And this is more pigmented, I believe, than both. As I said, the tip is super fine. And there is no skipping, no going back over. So I can't say that this is replacing the Physicians Formula. By this time next year, we'll make a decision. But it's really good. Let's talk about powders. I have a few that are my favorites. I've used them for several years. I do have one new one, really good, and I enjoy. I have two in the press category. One, I think this has been around on my channel since the get-go, been a favorite, the Rimmel Stay Matte. I use this right in the middle, right where I've told you that I get pretty oily. If I need a touch-up, which you can see, I used the e.l.f. this morning instead of the Tatcha. I'm just a little bit shiny right here, and I don't know why. Maybe it's all the years of me being so oily, and at the time there wasn't a lot to combat it, unless you wanted to turn kind of orange, because, you know, that's what color things turned me back in the day. But this is beautiful. It's a quick touch-up. It doesn't make you look cakey. It's not too much. It's still good to set your whole face. Whatever you want to do, it's a nice setting powder. Now this one, this is from Wet n Wild. This is the Photo Focus powder. I love this. This I set my whole face with. I can even set under my eyes with this, and it looks fresh and nice. It's not too much. I can even use this even in this area and it stays pretty. It doesn't accentuate or make my pores look bigger. I enjoy this powder a lot. I am, as I said before, I am someone that does bake my face to make sure my foundation stays on, because I carry a lot of lippies in my purse, but I don't carry a lot of anything else. I don't want to worry about it once I'm done. I'm going to hit on some of my favorite powders super quick. Coty Airspun. What can I say? You either love it because it works, or you hate the smell so much that you won't use it. I don't even notice the smell anymore. I love this. It is gorgeous. It is just perfection. Beautiful, beautiful powder. This runs right neck and neck. This one does not have the odor. This is the Maybelline Fit Me, and it is gorgeous. The thing about this over this is this comes in such a variety of different shades and colors that you're going to be able to find one that matches you perfectly. It's a beautiful powder. So many people have said that they have put down their Laura Mercier and just use this. It is gorgeous. I think I have one of my empties coming up. It's just beautiful. I love it. Oh, I've gone through several. And this one is new to me this year. Both the Fit Me and the Airspun give you just a little more coverage, not a lot. Just a little more. But if you want a good bit more coverage, you just want additional on your face, want a flawless, like a porcelain almost look, then the Huda Beauty. It is a beautiful powder, but let me tell you, the smell is so strong. It's not like Coty Airspun strong. This is like you walked into a floral perfume counter and they're just spraying, like the grocery stores spray water on produce. They're spraying floral stuff all over the place. It is super strong. I have to mention it though because the finish is amazing. I am sensitive to smells, so maybe it's not going to bother somebody else that much. Mercy. It is strong. The smell is strong. It really is. But wow, is it a beautiful powder. For lips, where's my lip liner? Here it is. My favorite lip liner as to date is still the LA Girl, the Ultimate. This is not the sharpened one. I like the sharpened one. I feel like this is creamier. I feel like this puts a little more barrier to my lip so I don't have anything seeping out down my lines or anything. I love that lip liner. LA Girl Ultimate Lip Liner. I have 3 favorite lippies this year. Now these are not the colors, they're just the colors I'm into right now. I have a range of colors. I wouldn't mind growing my colors. I have on Red Wedding. This is the CoverGirl Melting Pout Matte. I love those. They're comfortable. I've had this on now for 3 hours and it's just now starting to feel a little bit dry. And this is why I love this. This is the Revlon HD, the lip polish. I love these as a topper. I just love it. This is cherries on top. I can take this, put it on top. This is also a long wearing lip, but as you can see, it's more of a shine. So I put this over my red mattes. This is really good. I love that. But my second favorite matte lip would be the Maybelline ink. I just love these. They last so long. I do have to take this off with coconut oil because it stays on. It stays on. It's beautiful. So those are my lip loves for the year of 2019. Let's talk about bronzers. Super quick. I expect my bronzers to blend in well to the skin, to look natural, to give me a little life, a little definition, maybe a little glow. It just depends. Not shimmer, not glitter, maybe a little glow. Just make me look healthy. Anastasia. Her bronzers are gorgeous. I love them. This one is in Tawny. It's what I use when I don't have a self-tan. It's just simply beautiful. My other love, this is also high-end. This is Hourglass. Not one in particular. I love them all. They are gorgeous. It has just a little bit of a glow to it that's going to make me look. And if I look a little better, maybe I'll feel a little better. Great, great bronzers. From the drugstore, we have Maybelline City Bronzer. Once again, it's beautiful. It's very flattering. It gives me a nice definition. It wears all day, goes into the skin beautifully. I love, as well as this one. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzer. These are gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. Love them. Blushes, there's days I want matte, there's days that I want a little bit of a glow, and that's how I base what I'm going to grab out of my drawer. The Essence Matte Blushes. These are the matte versions, and I love these. I have this one on today, which is Peach Me Up. Absolutely love. Another blush that I love is from the drugstore. It's the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. They are beautiful on your skin. If you haven't tried them and you're looking for a new blush to try, there you go. Started out with 3 favorite from the drugstore. L'Oreal True Match. L'Oreal True Match. Everybody looks over these blushes. And I'm telling you, they are gorgeous. They are pigmented nicely. Yes, I'm looking for a brush. Yes, I'm going to do a demo because, you know, sometimes I just can't help myself. Just beautiful on the skin. Just a nice healthiness to it. You can build them. You can go in with a different brush and put them on a little more intensely. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, these are not from the drugstore, but I love them so much. This blush is new to me this year. This is from Jouer. This is the Rose Gold, and oh my goodness, y'all. These are so stinking gorgeous on your skin. I love these. Do not love my hair. I love these. They're beautiful. I have 2. Wouldn't mind having some more, but... And then, last but not least, because I think this is my favorite blush ever, and it is from Charlotte Tilbury. Not just this one, all of her blushes. If you ever just are in a mood and you want to treat yourself, get you a Charlotte Tilbury blush, because I'm telling you, you will not regret it. They are beautiful. I was so late to the bus on this. I had this for a year before I used it once. The Born to Run palette. Y'all, this is just such a good, such a fun palette. I heard my friends talk about it so much and I just didn't pull it out. Didn't pull it out. And because I was shopping too much and not using enough. But honestly, awesome palette. This is the Jackie Aina palette from Anastasia. Y'all, once I started with this, I did not want to put it down. I loved it. I loved all the looks I got from it. Absolutely gorgeous. So much fun. To me, this is one of the top formulas that Anastasia has come out with. I really liked it. This has been a tried and true over and over, and it's not just specifically this one, but all of my matte Viseart palettes. When it comes to mattes, I just think Viseart can't be beat. I really don't. Now, I do have some Natasha Denona. They are very nice mattes. The Huda Beauty, very nice mattes. But consistency, blendability, wearing... A lot of times, if I wear all mattes from most brands, it just doesn't look as good later as you go. This does. This looks good and fresh until I take it off. I just don't think you can beat a Viseart palette. This one, it's a favorite. It's a favorite. When I did my review on this palette, when I talked about this palette, I said, it's a great palette. Is it going to be a great palette for everyone? No. It depends on what you want, what finishes you like, what looks you're going for. but it's all pretty self-explanatory from the get-go. As you can see, I'm not just saying it, I have used this baby. I just ordered her blendables, whatever, sponges, and saw that these were back in stock, and I thought, should I get another one? Because you can see I've been loving on it. Not yet. I will get another one, but not yet. The sequin row is my least favorite, but it's not like I hate it. I could do without it. So I'll ignore it and use the other ones. It's just not a big deal to me. I love this palette. It is so much fun. It's what I have on today. I use the mattes in my crease. I use the metallics on my lid and got this look. I love this palette. It's great. Those are my loves, my favorites of 2019. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you, Natalie and Jennifer, for having me come along on this journey with our favorites, our loves of 2019. I can't wait to go see what their favorites are, because you know I'm probably going to get it and try it if I haven't. So come on and go with me. I'm headed over to their channels now to see. The links will be down below. So make sure you go visit them. Tell them that I sent you. I love you all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video.